Can peace be more powerful than violence? Mahatma Gandhi's revolutionary way of life. Imagine standing in the midst of a heated discussion, perhaps about politics, society, or the environment. Voices grow louder, arguments become sharper, and you feel the conflict pulling you in. Now, picture yourself stepping back in that moment, maintaining your peace, yet still driving powerful change. Mahatma Gandhi mastered this art. In a world filled with conflict, he demonstrated that true strength does not come from violence, but from compassion and unwavering resolve. He lived more than a century ago, yet his messages of nonviolence, truth, and simplicity are more relevant than ever. Be the change you wish to see in the world, Gandhi once said, an invitation to improve the world through our own actions. But what does that truly mean? And how can we apply Gandhi's principles in our fast-paced, often chaotic modern world to create more peace and harmony? Let's dive into the wisdom of a man who, with simple means and a clear vision, inspired an entire nation and continues to influence millions of people around the globe today. Who was Mahatma Gandhi? Mahatma Gandhi, born in 1869 in India, is one of the most renowned figures in world history. But who was this man who is revered as the father of the nation? Gandhi's journey began humbly. After studying law in England, he worked as a lawyer in South Africa. There he experienced discrimination and injustice firsthand, which inspired him to develop his philosophy of nonviolence and truth. As the leader of India's independence movement, Gandhi relied on principles such as Ahimsa, nonviolence, and Satyagraha, the firmness in truth. These approaches became powerful tools for resisting British colonial rule without resorting to violence. Gandhi practiced what he preached. His philosophy was not just theoretical, it was embedded in his daily life. He renounced luxury, lived in simplicity, and promoted self-sufficiency, symbolized by spinning his own clothing as an act of independence. Truth is the only goal of human life, Gandhi once said. But what does that mean for us? How often do we act on impulse or anger instead of with mindfulness and intention? Gandhi's life reminds us that true strength lies in the clarity of our convictions and the gentleness of our actions. Gandhi's principle of nonviolence, Ahimsa. A cornerstone of Gandhi's philosophy is the principle of nonviolence known as Ahimsa. However, Ahimsa goes far beyond the mere absence of physical violence. It is a way of life that embraces compassion and respect for all living beings. Nonviolence begins in our thoughts and manifests in our words and actions. Gandhi believed that true strength does not lie in violence, but in the ability to respond to aggression with peace. For him, Ahimsa also meant actively standing up for what is right, but without hatred or hostility. This attitude was reflected in many of his actions. A famous example is the Salt March of 1930, where Gandhi and his followers protested the British salt tax through nonviolent resistance. Thousands joined him, and despite arrests and violence, they remained steadfast in their peaceful protest. This movement proved that nonviolence can be a powerful weapon against injustice. Gandhi also demonstrated extraordinary calm and respect in personal conflicts. Even toward critics and adversaries, he maintained compassion and dignity. His ability to practice nonviolence, even in the most challenging moments, remains a lasting inspiration. How can we integrate this principle into our own lives? Start each day by asking yourself, how can I act with more compassion and less aggression today? This might mean approaching someone with patience instead of reacting impulsively, or simply listening before passing judgment. Ahimsa reminds us that true strength lies in understanding, not in conflict. The power of simplicity. When we own less, we can be more. These words could have come from Mahatma Gandhi himself, as they encapsulate a fundamental aspect of his philosophy, the power of simplicity. Gandhi lived what he preached, making the reduction to essentials a central principle of his life. His lifestyle was radically simple. Gandhi reduced his possessions to the bare minimum, often no more than a handful of items. He saw in this humility a liberation from the constraints of materialism, and believed that true happiness is not found in ownership, but in inner freedom. Spinning cloth, which he turned into a symbol of Indian independence, is a striking example. It represented self-sufficiency, modesty, and independence from external forces, whether British colonial rule or the dependence on consumerism. Gandhi showed us that a simple lifestyle not only brings peace, but also creates space for what truly matters: genuine connections, clear thoughts, and a deeper understanding of life. His quote, "A simple life brings more peace than a life of excess," invites reflection. What could we let go of to find more inner peace? Perhaps it is an overflowing to-do list that blinds us to what truly matters, or the unnecessary things we buy to feel a fleeting moment of joy, only for it to disappear quickly. Take a moment and ask yourself, what in my life truly serves me, and what can I let go of to be freer? As Gandhi teaches us, simplicity is not deprivation, it is a gain in clarity and peace. Challenges in modern society. The principles of Mahatma Gandhi are inspiring, yet their application in today's world is far from easy. A society driven by consumerism, digital overstimulation, and the prevailing mindset of the strongest wins seems to contradict Gandhi's teachings of nonviolence, simplicity, and compassion. So how can we translate his timeless wisdom into our modern reality? One obvious contradiction is the pressure to consume. In a world where the pursuit of more possessions, more status, more success, dominates daily life, Gandhi's idea of a simple existence may seem impractical. However, the solution might lie in small, intentional steps, buying less but creating more time for what truly matters. It could be as simple as spending a weekend without online shopping, or consciously choosing to focus on experiences rather than material possessions. Another challenge lies in the way power and strength often dictate the rules. In a world where conflicts are frequently met with dominance or aggression, Gandhi's principle of nonviolence may seem almost naive, yet it is precisely in such situations that his philosophy can inspire us to find new ways. Nonviolent communication and the pursuit of mutual understanding are powerful tools, even in a competitive world. The question remains, however, do we have the courage and patience to follow this path? Perhaps the most important realization is that there are no perfect solutions. The modern world presents us with complex challenges, but Gandhi's principles offer guidance. Small steps, such as practicing nonviolent communication, spending intentional time in nature, or taking regular digital breaks, can help bring us closer to his ideals. Take a moment and ask yourself, how could Gandhi's teachings take shape in your daily life? What small changes could you make to bring more compassion, simplicity, and peace into your life? Even if it seems difficult, Gandhi reminds us that change always starts within ourselves, whether through more mindful actions, conscious consumption, or the courage to think differently. Change begins with you. Mahatma Gandhi taught us that true strength does not lie in violence or power, but in compassion, simplicity, and the ability to rise above our own limitations. His principles of nonviolence and self-discipline remind us that real peace always begins within ourselves. It may seem difficult to live by his ideals in a world driven by consumption, stress, and conflict, but that is precisely why his teachings are so important. You may never know what results come of your actions, but if you do nothing, there will be no result. Mahatma Gandhi. This quote reminds us that every small step matters. Whether it's making a conscious effort to react less impulsively, practicing nonviolent communication, or simplifying our lifestyle, change always starts within us. What do you think? How could Gandhi's principles find a place in your daily life? Are there areas where you could integrate more compassion, simplicity, or peace? Share your thoughts and ideas in the comments. Together we can learn from one another. The next audiobook will explore the ideas of Carl Jung, another fascinating thinker who offers profound insights into life. Subscribe to the channel to join us on this journey of discovering timeless wisdom. Until next time, stay peaceful and strong.